Hi, I'm Titus, and in this video, I'm going to explain a few things. Number one, what a sponsorship broker business is, the seven exact steps that you need to take to launch your own business. I'm also going to explain to you why this is an untapped market with an insane upside, and it can generate a generous income for you on the side, and it can be as big or as small of a hustle as you'd like it to be. I know that your time is valuable. And so I want to give you as much value as possible in the most efficient amount of time so you can go on and you can do bigger and better things. Let's dive right in. Let's start by explaining what a sponsorship broker does. A sponsorship/advertising broker is someone who connects a brand that wants attention with an event or a creator that has an audience. So every single day, you're watching YouTube, you're scrolling social media, you're going to events, and you're interacting with sponsorship advertising people at these platforms. You see how much potential there is in sponsorship and advertising. Now, how do all those people find these sponsors, and how do these sponsors, these brands, find these events? A lot of work on their end. A lot of them don't do a great job, and that's where you come in. You are the connector of the two. You introduce brands to events or to digital platforms, or you take digital platforms and events and you introduce them to sponsors. Everybody wins. The brand gets access to a unique audience. The event gets revenue and gets sponsorship or advertising dollars from the brand. It truly is a win-win, and you are in the middle, the connector that makes money. Let's explain how you make money. You just bring the two together and you get paid when the deal closes. Most brokers get paid in three ways. Commission base of each deal. I brought a deal, I take a percentage cut. Pretty simple. They also can do flat fees to create a pitch deck or do outreach. If an event is happening, whether it's a local farmers market, a festival, a fair, or there's a big podcast launch, whether it's digital or physical thing, you can create the pitch deck and do the outreach for the platform that has the audience. Or you can do monthly retainers to manage ongoing sponsor partnerships. So you're every single month, you're ensuring that the event or the digital platform has sponsorship dollars coming in. You're on a retainer basis, a recurring income for you. Let's explain the opportunity. Most events and creators have no idea how to pitch a sponsor. Obviously, on the biggest scale, the Super Bowl, Coachella, all these big events, these big Joe Rogan platforms, they know how to handle sponsorship. They've been doing it for a long time. They're a massive platform. But what about the small platforms? What about the small event, your local farmers market, your local fair? They are leaving money on the table because they don't know how to find sponsors, pitch sponsors, and ultimately close the deal. And you can do that for them, and they will be happy with the results. And that's the gap, and you can fill it. This business has low startup costs, no tech, no product, just results, just income. You need a laptop, you need a phone, and you need a desire to work hard and connect brands. In 2022, brands spent approximately $97 billion on sponsorship activities, including events, creators, sports, and more. So $97 billion were thrown into the sponsorship and advertising agency. Pretty good cut. This spending is expected to nearly double to $189 billion by 2030, showing a projected growth of 8 to 9%. This is an untapped market. It is going to continue to grow. Brands are going to continue to want smaller brands, smaller events so that they can niche down to a specific audience. And the digital or the physical platforms are going to have just a harder and harder time of finding the right businesses, organizations to sponsor or to utilize their page, their platform. Let's dive right into the 7 steps to launching your sponsorship broker business. I truly believe that if you take these 7 steps that I'm going to outline in this video, you could go and launch this business on your own. So let's dive right in. Number 1, you have to learn the game of sponsorship. You have to understand how the sponsorship industry works in your role in it and what you're doing as a sponsorship broker. You have to understand audiences. You have to understand events. You have to understand what the ROI is for a brand when they invest in sponsorship and advertising of these platforms, of these properties. When I say properties, I just mean a podcast, a sporting event, a local fair, whatever the sponsorship opportunity is, that's called a property. And brands want access to specific audiences. Think about it. Every single event, every single podcast, every single YouTube account has a slightly different and a very specific audience. And brands want access to specific audiences because that's going to lead to the largest ROI on their marketing investment. Events and creators need funding, but often don't know how to pitch. This is where you come in. You become the broker, the man in the middle, the connector that gets it done for the event or for the creator. And brands love you because you make it easier. You expedite the process for these creators or for these smaller events. You bridge the gap and get paid for doing it, and everybody is happy. Here's the broker's role. Match the right brand to the right audience. You get an audience or you get a brand and you find them and you pair them, and then you take a cut of the payment in the middle. And nobody's upset about that because the audience, the property is making more money and the brand is finding a better fit and working with somebody, you being a sponsorship broker, that is more adequate and a better sponsorship and advertiser than what maybe the property is. And once again, you earn commission or flat fees or a monthly retainer. Learn the game of sponsorship and advertising and learn what brands want and what audiences and properties, digital platforms, physical events have to give to reach these, to give an ROI to these brands. Step 2, pick what you represent. The beauty of this business endeavor is you get to pick what you know. And it's an endless list. You don't need to run an event or have a following. You just need access. Choose one niche to start. Do you know events? Do you know music festivals, 5K, business conferences, SaaS conferences? If you know and you're inside a niche, you can be the connector of the niche you already know. Maybe you go to a ton of farmers market and you know how those work and where they're located and what types of brands want access to it. Pick the niche that's best for you. Maybe you know creators, YouTubers, podcasts, social media influencers. That can be your niche. Pick one. Or maybe you're in the nonprofit world. That is also a niche that it's very hard for brands to find the correct nonprofits to sponsor and connect with. Online communities. This can be done in email newsletter, Discords, or other courses. You're seeing that this is endless. If there's a niche that you own, you can monetize it by being the middleman, by being the connector. That's step 1. Your job is to pitch sponsorship on their behalf like a sales rep, but freelance. So you find a niche, you find an event, you find a property, a digital platform, and you say, I'm going to pitch to sponsors on your behalf. The property will make more money. The brand will be happier because they found a good audience and they didn't have to go hunt for the property, and you get a cut in the middle. And that's a win-win-win, which those are really hard to find. Step number 3, build the sponsorship offer. Once you understand the property that you're selling, you understand the audience, you understand what they can give, what they can sell. Are they a podcast and they can do these types of ads? Or are they a digital event? Or are they a physical event and they can do banners and they can do a stage presence and they can have presenting sponsors? Then you go and you build your sponsorship offer. And it's not difficult. You just need a simple, clear offer that shows value to a brand and how a brand is going to get ROI on their marketing dollars. You create a one page or a slide deck of what the event, what the property is, what the event or creator is about, who their audience is, include demographics, the behaviors of the audience, the size, the numbers, how many people are watching it, how long they're watching it, how many tickets are sold at the physical event, where they shop, do they have credit cards, do they go on vacations. All of this data can be sold because you know your audience. The more you know your property's audience, the better you can sell it to a brand. How a brand can show up. Can they have an on-site booth? Can they be in the emails? Can they buy a social post? Can they get an ad in the middle of your YouTube video, at the beginning of your YouTube video? All the above. You just understand what the property wants, what the event, the digital platform wants, and then you go out and sell that for them. And what's the benefit to the sponsor? What's the type of audience they're going to get? How they're going to get a ROI on these dollars. So you're just pairing up, you're connecting, once again, a property to a brand. Focus on value, not exposure. It's not all about numbers. Sponsors want results, just not logos, or just not, they don't just want their logo on any YouTube channel. They want their logo on the right YouTube channel. If there's a runner and they post running videos every single day, a cupcake brand probably isn't going to want to sell sponsorship to or advertising to that creator, but Nike or a running brand probably does. And that niches down to physical events and to digital properties, all the above. They don't just want their logo slapped anywhere. They want the right audience, and they want to be connected with the right properties. And they want an ROI on their marketing dollars. Number 4, find aligned brands. Now it's time to find companies who'd benefit from this partnership. So going back, you're understanding the sponsorship offer, what you have to sell to these brands. Now you're finding the aligned brands. Now it's time to find companies who'd benefit from this partnership. Build a list of 10 to 20 potential sponsors. Start with companies who've sponsored similar events for creators. Look at competitor sponsors. Use LinkedIn, Instagram, Apollo.io to scrape emails, and Google. There's so many tips and tricks that I can teach you on this. Check local businesses or regional chains. Not all these partnerships need to be so big. If there's a YouTube creator that reviews food in a specific region, a specific city, in a specific area, maybe a restaurant will want to sponsor a video. It just makes too much sense, and you can be the connector of all of these properties and brands. Tooltip: use a lead tracker spreadsheet to stay organized. I can give you a free one, no problem, of how to organize who your contact, what's the property is, what you can sell from that property, and how to connect all these people. Then step 5, start outreach. Begin conversations. Don't overthink it. Start small. Use cold email, but you find a cold email on Apollo.io, on LinkedIn, by searching a website. Use LinkedIn messages, Instagram DMs, warm intros if you have any. Just start the conversation. Hey, I'm representing X property. I would love an opportunity to tell you about what their audience looks like and how your brand can benefit from sponsoring or advertising on their property, whether it be a digital platform or a physical event. You are selling access to a unique audience, and you're going to sell it well once you've learned the industry. The goal: book a discovery call. Don't pitch in the first message. What you're not going to do is take this sponsorship pitch that you have from this property that you have access to. You're not just going to send out a deck to all these people. You're going to have them hop on a discovery call, and you're going to explain why this is a win-win for both sides, why the property that you're selling for has an audience that will benefit the brand that you're communicating with. You're just going to book a discovery call. You're going to say, hey, I'm representing this 5K. I'm representing this podcast. And I'd love for you, your brand to get access to this audience. Here's A, B, and C, X, Y, and Z on why it'll be a slam dunk partnership for both sides. And here's what the property has to offer you. Talk like a human. Focus on audience alignment and shared goals, not please sponsor me or please sponsor my property. Just talk like a human. It's in focus on audience alignment and what the ROI is for the brand. Number 6, send proposals and close the deal. After your call, follow up with a tailored proposal. Once you understand what their KPIs, their key performance indicators are, what their marketing goals is. So if you have a property and they say, our goal is to collect X amount of emails at a specific event, you say, excellent, this is going to be a slam dunk deal. Or we want to get in front of hikers and a digital platform and sell X product to them. Excellent. I have a YouTuber that puts out hiking content. 85%, 95% of their audience is hikers. This is going to be a slam dunk deal. Here's a custom proposal because now I understand what your marketing goals are, the type of brand that you are, and the audience that you want to reach, and the assets that you want to buy from what that property has to offer. Here's a custom proposal. And your proposal, recap their goals, their marketing goals, their KPIs. Show 2 to 3 ways the sponsorship or advertising opportunity meets those goals, and include pricing and terms. And all of this is given to you by the property, what they want to offer. You're not creating this on the fly. Keep it clean and short. Here's a tip. Every proposal should feel like it was built just for them. Make it unique to them. Be intentional with your proposal. And then as you're trying to outreach, as you're trying to get proposals, follow up every 2 to 4 days, attack multiple sides of the business. If you don't get through with the marketing director, try to get through with the sponsorship individual. If that doesn't work, come through HR, come through sales. There's multiple ways to attack these organizations and to get your cold contacts, your proposals to the right person. Most deals close through consistent follow-up, not just one email, one proposal sent, signed, sealed, delivered. Sales is in the follow-up. Number 7, finally to the end, deliver, recap, and renew. Here's what you do once you land a sponsor. Your job, make sure the event or creator delivers on what you promise. Draft up a proposal, what they want. The brand says, yes, we want to sponsor this. We want to buy X part of this property. We want to be at the front of the YouTube video. We want to have a 10 by 10 booth at the event, whatever the case may be. Just make sure that your property delivers on what was promised. Track results and collect the data, impressions, attendance, photos. Make sure that the property that you're representing takes photos, and then you can send it to the sponsor. Once again, you're just the middleman. You're making your property's job easier, and you're delivering even better results to the brand. And send a sponsor recap PDF or email showing what happened and the value delivered. Then ask the simple question, would you like to do this again? And now you have repeating customers and you are building a sponsorship broker business. Happy sponsors lead to repeat deals, referrals, and long-term income. This business can make a lot of money pretty fast, but over time, it's bound to be successful and it'll be on autopilot once you have these systems in place. Here's a final tip for success from the 7 steps to launching your sponsorship broker business. Start small. One deal can turn into many. Find your local farmers market, your local 5K, your local event, and connect it with your local tire shop and say, hey, I have this sponsorship opportunity. I represent this brand. Get the tire shop to go in. Start small. One deal can turn into many. Find a small podcast and find a small partnership deal for them. They will be ecstatic. Find a small YouTube creator and understand their audience and sell that audience to a brand that makes sense. They will be pumped and you will have a lifetime customer on both ends. Do you see how the beauty of this business model is you're working with B2B, you're the business to business. You're also working business to consumer. You get both sides of it. It just makes too much sense. Use simple tools like Canva for decks, Google Sheets for tracking, and Gmail for outreach. Those are simple and free items that you can have. Focus on building trust with both sides, the brand and the event creator. Then you're going to fill up this long list of emails that you have of brands and this long list of events. And then all it is, brands come to you, you pair it up with this event. The early work is the most difficult work. Once you have a list of brands that trust you and you have a list of events or digital platforms that you represent, then you're just pairing them up. Oh, So and so reached out to me. That makes sense. I'm going to connect the dots here. Really awesome stuff. Don't try to scale too fast. Truly learn the game of sponsorship, build confidence, and then grow. I truly believe that this is best at first as like a side hustle, something that you can do on the side after your 9 to 5. And this is where it'll be successful. Why this works. It's a simple model. You can see it's a growing industry. You don't need to have an audience. You don't need to put out content. You don't need to build a platform yourself, host an event, and there's high income potential. The amount of sponsorship brokers, they're all at the top. They represent big brands, the Amazons, the Googles of the world, and they represent huge sports teams. And they are being the broker for millions and billions of dollars deals. But this can be happening on the lower end of the spectrum at a lower scale, and you can make a lot of money at that tier as well. This is a skill and service-based business that builds over time. And the other beauty of it, you don't need to leave your home. You can do it with your phone and with your laptop by learning the skills, taking the time, and building a broker business. The sponsorship broker blueprint is easy. If you want to take this further, inside the sponsorship broker blueprint, I'll walk you through this process step by step over 30 days. It's not just a course, it's an accountability system designed to get you results. And so every week you will get daily videos released. They'll get dripped to you throughout the day with action steps. You'll also get templates and tools, action steps that you need to take to be successful. Week 1 will start slow. Week 2 will begin the next step in the process, building your deck, finding brands to represent. Week 3, you'll start outreaching. In over 30 days, you will have a sponsorship broker business built out, and you'll have the accountability, and you'll get access to a private community of people who are doing the same thing. And this is the guarantee. If you do the work and don't land a sponsorship and have a sponsorship broker business built, I'll refund you. So if you're ready to launch your first sponsor deal and build a business that gets brands in front of the right audiences, click below, join the program, and let's get to work. You don't need more time to make a decision. You need a system. This small investment will, if you build the right system and the right sponsorship broker business, which will be outlined in the program, you will build another revenue stream and you will have an opportunity to change your life. You don't need more time. You need the system and the program. This is your blueprint. Let's go. Here's some of the brands I worked with, from Fortune 100 to Fortune 500 and a ton of other notable brands. You'll recognize so many of them on the screen. But I've not only worked with big brands, I've worked with small brands, the local tire shop, the local car repair company. I've worked with everything in between. And I've also worked with a ton of sponsorship brokers. This is happening at the highest level. You just don't know it. I'm trying to teach people at a lower level so that it can benefit the event, the digital property, it can benefit you as the middleman, and it can benefit the brands because they will find more opportunities. It's a win, win, win. Start this business, take advantage of it. I've outlined the 7 exact steps it will take. I wish you the best of luck. If you don't choose to invest in our program and get a system that works, I wish you the best, and I hope that you start a sponsorship broker business and start crushing it, and come back to me and tell me about all the success you're having. But if you want a system, if you want a blueprint, join the course, join a community of like-minded people that want to create another revenue stream. You can do this. Let's crush it together.